I remember my very first memories was Dad taking me to an air show, and I was in preschool at Bankstown, and he sat me up the front of a DC-3. And I remember looking at all the dials and whatnot, and that was one of my very first memories. Dad was in the Air Force. He had a massive influence on my aviation, and it was pretty well, he is the reason I've chosen this career path. So the passing of Dad was pretty unexpected, and it put all my plans, especially my commercial licence at the time, to a halt. And so moving back to Townsville, I knew that I needed to come up with something that was going to motivate me to move forward and keep me focused, and particularly in my chosen career path of aviation. One day I'd like to leave this earth knowing that I've not only been a part of society, but I've contributed in some way. The idea actually came to me as I was reading a Richard Branson book in bed at about 2 a.m, and it came to me as an epiphany, and I thought, the RFDS, it's obvious. Why not fly around Australia and raise money for the RFDS? And that's when I came up with the 50 Faces of the Royal Flying Doctor Service. I then, the next day, shot a few emails off to some pilot friends of mine in the RFDS and said, what do you think about this idea? And over the year and a half, it's since evolved. So the idea is called the 50 Faces of the Royal Flying Doctor Service. And essentially, in May 2016, I'm going to depart from Townsville, North Queensland, fly around Australia over about 2 months, and we'll be raising funds and awareness for the RFDS. And along the way, we'll be doing things such as visiting schools, having open days, charity auction gala nights, but most importantly, I'll be meeting 50 pre-selected people that will range from staff to patients to volunteers, and sharing their story about how the RFDS has been a part of their lives. Everyone knows who the RFDS are, they've been around for a long time. However, there's a lot of roles that the RFDS do that not many people know about. The RFDS helps someone every 2 minutes in Australia, so they have a massive impact. Without the RFDS, Australia's medical care in the outback will come to a standstill. The project has created quite a lot of attention. We're just about to publicly launch it now. We've had Civil Aviation Safety Authority backing, full backing from the RFDS, a television crew wanting to film the whole flight. So at the moment we're at the stage where we're just searching for the 50 faces of the RFDS, and basically we're looking for anyone that has a real story to tell about the RFDS that goes to show why they are so important to the Australian community. So in terms of sponsorship for the 50 faces of the RFDS, we're obviously going to need certain things to get the flight around Australia. Things such as accommodation, telecommunications, funding for the aircraft, fuel. But I guess at the end of the day, the aim of the game is to raise money for the RFDS, and that's where we'll need sponsors for tangible financial support. Essentially, I'd like to raise a few $100,000 for the RFDS, and I think it can be achieved.